Hello YouTube, this is Casual Carrier for our first audio file, and we are starting with In a Different World with the Naruto System. I'm going to try to have each of the file updates to be about 10 minutes so the videos aren't too short or too long so that they get boring. Each video might contain just one chapter or more. It just depends on the length there. All these novels can be found on novel updates if you would like to read ahead or find other great novels. If this is your first time on the channel and have no idea what this story is about, you can go to our first video, My Top 5 Light Novels for Beginners, for the synopsis, as well as for many other stories. Okay, then let us begin In a Different World with the Naruto System. And just a little disclaimer, of course, I do not own Naruto or In a Different World with this Naruto System. I don't own anything. Chapter 1. Rebirth in a Different World. Ren Tianyu was sitting in front of his computer, waiting excitedly and thinking about what would happen in the next plot. He couldn't help but tremble with excitement. Well, everyone, don't misunderstand. Ren Tianyu was only going to watch a masterpiece of Japanese anime, Naruto. And it is said that there is nothing special on the other side, but anime creators truly made people to have no choice but to really admire it. Like Prince of Tennis, Detective Conan, Death God, and so on, anime masterpiece has many fans, and Ren Tianyu was also one of them. But he, however, only liked a single anime series, Naruto, for no reason at all. Ren Tianyu was a second-year university student in H City, but don't even mention losing his virginity. He didn't even have a girlfriend. It's not like he was not handsome, but he only had a small fault with his character, cooping up inside his residence. Correct, cooping upside his residence. This fellow loved to shut himself inside his rented room and watch the history or creation of Naruto by Masashi Kishimoto on his computer. I'm sorry, I can't say that. Naruto updated every Thursday, an event he wouldn't miss even once. Once the classmates of Ren Tianyu wondered why he was always cooping inside his house and didn't go out. They even thought that he was building a golden house to keep his mistress, as he always looked impatient to return back to his house after the classes. So they secretly followed him to his house one day, and the next thing they saw made black lines appear on their faces. They saw him returning to the house, directly turning on the computer, and going to Docom. It's a Chinese video sharing site to watch Naruto. This made the classmates who were following him greatly depressed. Today, the new Naruto episode 563 seems to be Naruto Shippuden episode 343 was updated. The teaser showed that in this episode, the mask of Naruto's opponent would be destroyed, and finally, his real face would be revealed. So, he couldn't afford to miss this episode. Ren Tianyu anxiously looked at the 60-second advertisement countdown on the upper right corner of the video player. The 1 second that was finally remaining finally passed, and just when he was ready to watch the episode with complete passion, he heard a to-do sound, and he saw the large words, error code 2011. He immediately exploded with anger. Fucking trash! His right hand suddenly grabbed the cup on the table and threw it at the computer. However, he had forgotten that there was still tea inside the cup. The tea directly splashed onto the plug of the computer, and instantly a series of sparks were generated which spread along the top of the table to his right hand. In that instant, before the electric sparks spread throughout his body, his last thought was, I'll never throw anything again. Divine Wind Continent. The country of Alar Empire. In the eastern area, there was a magical beast forest, which was filled with terrifying magical beasts. This place was paradise for many adventurers, because they could hunt high-level magical beasts and suddenly become rich overnight, no longer needing to worry about eating and drinking in their lifetime. But there was also countless adventurers who would forever slept in the forest because of their low strength. In the periphery of this magical beast forest, there was a small stream, at whose side a youth who was wearing a magnificent clothing lay down. This youth looked to be about 15 years in age, but he didn't have any trace of childishness in his face, and those two dashing eyebrows increased his handsomeness even more. At this time, the right hand of this youth slowly moved a few times, and he slowly opened his eyes. He looked around him with a puzzled expression. "Where am I? Didn't I die just now?" He slowly stood up and looked around his surrounding environment. Only towering trees appeared in his vision, and he was completely puzzled looking at these huge towering trees. He held his head, unceasingly rolled on the ground as one scene after another flashed through his mind. After a few minutes, he stopped whining and forced a bitter smile on his pale face. Divine Wind Continent, Alar Empire, Shimen Tianlong, Saigon of the Shimen household. I never thought that one day I would unexpectedly transmigrate. Correct. Ren Tianyu was no longer on Earth, but was rather transmigrated in a world called Divine Wind Continent, and the name of his current body was Shimen Tianlong. Shimen Tianlong, who was from the Shimen clan. This clan was one of the 4 major clans in this Alar Empire. Don't see this particular domineering name of this guy, because this guy was 100% a loser. Tianlong means Dragon of Heaven. The thing is, his mother was just a female servant of the Shimen family, and 5 years after giving birth to him, she died due to illness. And his father, the master of the Shimen house, Shimen Ba Tian, had never entered his mother's courtyard even once, not even when she died. And this guy was also a loser at cultivation. He didn't have any cultivation talent, no magic talent, and only had a pitiful battle chi talent, which was also very limited. So he could only practice up to an intermediate fighter and no further. But this guy seemed to be exceptionally popular with females. He didn't know why, but the daughter of the Wang clan, which was also one of the 4 major clans of all people, she had fallen for this guy. But the eldest son of the Shimen clan, Shimen Tianlong's elder stepbrother, also liked her, which gave birth to wild jealousy in his heart. Finally, he set some people to proclaim that Shimen Tianlong was not the biological son of Shimen Bai Tian, and he didn't know how, but Shimen Tianlong's father believed those words, and Shimen Tianlong was driven away and banished from the imperial capital. Even after that, Shimen Fang didn't let him go and dispatched assassins to hunt him. Finally, this guy was killed by those assassins at this magical beast forest. Ren Tianyu was studying this information in his brain, after which he made a wry smile in his heart. He had never thought that this guy whom he possessed was so miserable. Unexpectedly, not only was he a loser in cultivation, in addition, he had such a formidable enemy. Now, how do you expect me to survive from this? From now on? He thought about his parents and his younger sister on Earth, not knowing when they will realize about his death and how they would react. He felt sad in his heart. Just then, he felt extremely thirsty, and having seen the stream in front of him, he struggled to get up, and after that, supporting his weak body, he started to walk forward towards it. He was about to die because of thirst, so he was ready to drink water. At that time, when he saw the reflection of himself in the water, his mouth became O-shaped, and he didn't notice whether this guy was too ugly or extremely handsome. Rather, he clearly saw the reflection in his eyes on the water. They were a pair of scarlet eyes, and inside of which there was the inverted Matoganama. This is the Sharingan! Chapter 2. Naruto System. Ren Tianyu startled to tremble with excitement. This is the Sharingan! Your father always liked the Sharingan the most. He was confident that these eyes were on an entirely different level. After all, he was perfectly clear on the abilities of the Sharingan. At this time, he suddenly felt a wave of pain inside his mind, and after the severe pain, he heard a metallic voice. Ding! Found a host. Scanning complete. The host is conformed to meet the requirement. Naruto system binding successful. Host, Shimian Tianlong. Who gave me what? Come out! He suddenly stood up and yelled all around him, but there was no one around him. Only towering trees were silently swaying in the wind. Host, do not panic. I am the administrator of Naruto system. Please close your eyes and concentrate to your mind. Then you will be able to see me inside your mind. At that time, he once again heard the same metallic voice. Immediately after hearing this voice, he began to do as it said. He closed his eyes and concentrated to his mind, and very quickly inside his mind he saw the so-called Naruto system. Inside his brain, he caught a sight of a laptop-like interface. At the top of this interface, it had 5 huge tabs. He again concentrated hard on his mind and saw that it was marked as ninjutsu system, store system, dojutsu system, summoning beast system, and mission system. He was completely astonished when he saw these things in his mind. Host, do not panic. This is the Naruto system interface. From now on, Host can learn all the ninjutsus that appeared in the Naruto world. At that same time, the metallic voice rang again. Who are you? Mainly, he was shocked to see these things in his mind, but he knew that he himself should have a clear understanding of it. So he asked, I am the administrator of the Naruto system and guideline for Host to use the system. After hearing his question, the metallic voice answered, Why is that the system appeared in my body? It is a reward of heavenly laws. Concrete reason is unknown. After hearing the answer from the metallic voice, he was lost in thought for a long time, although he didn't know why the system had appeared in his body, but in any case, it was actually a good thing. It was necessary to have certain strength to have a stable footing in this new world, and the original cultivation system of this world is not suitable for this body, as even after cultivating it for 10 years, he barely reached intermediate fighter. The classification system of this world are as follows. For warrior, battle chi, there is trainee fighter, junior fighter, intermediate fighter, senior fighter, swordsman, great swordsman, sword master, great sword master, sword saint, and sword deity. For magicians, it's about the same: trainee mage, junior mage, intermediate mage, senior mage, magical scholar, great magical scholar, magic master, great magic master, law saint, and law deity. For illusionists, trainee illusionist, junior illusionist, intermediate illusionist, senior illusionist, illusion scholar, great illusion scholar, illusion master, great illusion master, illusion saint, and illusion deity. So basically, they're pretty much the same, just 3 different categories of battling strategies. Alright. But with this Naruto system, I have full confidence that I'm unlikely to lose to anyone. For magician, I, your father, have ninjutsus. For battle chi, I, your father's taijutsu, is not incompetent. And for illusionist, I, your father's Sharingan, is forefather of the illusion. System, give me a brief introduction of the function of this Naruto system. He thought for a while and asked the question, Yes, host. Next, the system gave a brief introduction about main function of Naruto system. Ninjutsu system covers all the ninjutsu, genjutsu, and taijutsu, even formidable jutsu and secret arts which had appeared in Naruto world. There is no requirement to learn the skills inside ninjutsu system. As long as you have enough strength, you can learn it at any time. Inside Store System, there are tens upon tens of thousands of ninja props, such as painkillers, shuriken, detonating papers, and so on. Dojutsu System is related to the Mangekyou Sharingan. Summoning Beast System covers all beasts hosts can summon the beast from inside the system. This system includes all tail beasts, 1 through 9. Mission System provides missions to the host, completion of the mission reward system, points, and props. In this entire Naruto system, there were no requirement in the only ninjutsu system, but all the things inside the dojutsu system, as well as store system, required system points. He was lost in thought after carefully listening about the system. Then after some time, he asked the system, what are the methods to obtain system points? Hosts can obtain system points by completing the missions and also by killing creatures with energy such as magical beasts in this forest, as well as other human beings. Just binding the system has given host 100 system points. I understand. After listening to the system, he got a basic understanding about this Naruto system, and this Naruto system's ninjutsu, genjutsu, and taijutsu cannot be learned directly, but had to practice hard until it was mastered. But dojutsu could be learned directly by exchanging it with system points. After understanding how to use, he couldn't wait to test it out. First, he was gathering the chakra. After all, chakra was basic foundation of all ninjutsu, genjutsu, and taijutsu, and without chakra, they cannot be used. So he opened the ninjutsu system and looked for a chakra gathering method. Chakra is the energy gathered from the cells of human being. Inside the ninjutsu system, he carefully looked at the method of gathering the chakra. After that, he sat down on the ground and began cultivating for the first time in this alien world. Chakra was a kind of energy produced from the perfect fusion of essence of natural energy and the energy of the body, and was used as a foundation in ninjutsu, genjutsu, and taijutsu. Also, it can be used to make chakra thread to bind the opponent and probably cut off similar things made from chakra. Also, his infinite talent in cultivating battle chi and his magic was very low, even to the extent that he barely reached immediate fighter after cultivating battle chi for 10 years, but the cultivating speed of chakra was very fast. Merely within 10 minutes or so, he felt all the energies from all over his body sprung up and start gathering in his dantian. Time passed second by second. Unknowingly, he had already cultivated for about 5 hours, until there was a rumbling sound from his stomach. After he opened his eyes and stood up. He touched his stomach and felt that his front stomach had already attached to his back because of cultivating chakra. While cultivating chakra, all the energy is extracted from all the cells in the body, so cultivation of chakra demanded great amount of foods. He stood up and walked towards the magical beast forest. From his memories, he knew the strong magical beast did not appear at the outer surroundings of the magical forest. So even with the strength, he could still hunt class 1 or 2 magical beasts. And I think that's all, folks, for the chapters, just 2 of them for now. Be sure to like and subscribe, and more importantly, have fun reading and listening to these stories. If you'd like any of your favorite web novels or fan fiction turned into an audiobook, just let us know in the comment section below. See you guys next time.